restaurateur and Union veteran Wallace Moore. Born September 11th, 1845, died February 24th, 1916. His wife, Harriet Sipperly Moore, born 1846, died 1882. His wife, Maria Sipperly Moore, born 1843, died 1921. All buried at the Red Church, Tivoli. Medium-height obelisk with engraving on 3 sides, 2 rows west from north entrance of the cemetery, in Section E, Plot 67, with American flag and marker, north of the Joseph Moore marker. Of all things that matter in life, we tend to focus on professions, homes, families, and lessons learned. If all goes well, we will leave this world with reputations intact, varied opportunities, many children, and the knowledge we have made a difference not only in our daily lives, but in the lives of others. Some even contribute to the survival of a united country and freedoms for all. Wallace Moore did just that, joining the Union Army as a young man, returning to Tivoli, also then known as Madeline, and living a long and respected life. The village shut down on the day of his funeral, and residents gathered, spilling out into the streets outside the event, which was described as one of the largest funerals for a laid-to-rest Civil War veteran in the county of recent memory at the time. Wallace Moore was born September 11, 1845, to John H. and Serena Smith Moore, and christened when he was 9 years old at Tivoli's Trinity Episcopal Church on October 25, 1855, brother to 7 siblings. He enlisted with Company C of the 128th Infantry Regiment out of Hudson. Upon his return to Tivoli, he married Harriet Sipperly, born 1846, died 1882, of Germantown, and they had 1 daughter and 3 sons. When Harriet died, Wallace married her older sister, Maria Sipperly, born 1843, died 1921, the following year, and they had a son and a daughter, remaining husband and wife until Wallace's death in 1916. Wallace first had a fish market and then a confectionery store in Tivoli. His business is still operated by his son. This tracks. In 1889, Mr. Wallace Moore has opened a restaurant at Lower Tivoli. Moore was involved in many town doings, and even was involved with a dispute of the Tivoli election results, part of a suit to have the state attorney general review election results due to the winner's alleged ineligibility, because he was not an actual Tivoli resident. As the years wind on, we find Wallace at the center of events to celebrate fallen comrades. The old veterans held a meeting at Wallace Moore's on Saturday evening to make arrangements for Decoration Day. A good speaker has been engaged and teams provided to carry people from the village to the old red church where the service will be held, stated the news, also noting, Colonel J. L. DePeister is expected in town on Tuesday to make his arrangements for Decoration Day. Another report stated that Wallace was present at Company C's 128th Regiment's annual reunion, held in the M.E. Church at Madeline on Friday evening, which was the 49th anniversary of the second assault on the Confederate works of Port Hudson, in which the company and the regiment to which it belonged took an active part. The bond between veterans remained strong throughout their lives. George W. Winkler and Wallace Moore of Tivoli have been visiting in town. Time finally caught up to Wallace, and he passed away in February 1916 at his home in Madeline. Hamilton Slate Post of this city, represented by 25 members, attended the services and held their rites jointly with Monumental Lodge, F&AM, of which Mr. Moore was a member. The sons of veterans of Murray Camp acted as escorts and as a firing squad, combining with the band of music and with the G.A.&R. and Masonic services, to make the ceremony one of the most impressive held over a GAR man in this county in years. Moore's funeral was covered in the news for several days. Mr. Moore was 73 years old and a member of Company C, 128th Regiment, and a member of the Hamilton Slate Post. He was also a member of the Monumental Lodge of Masons. He conducted a restaurant in Madeline for many years, and he was well known in Upper Dutchess County. He always attended the reunions of his regiment in Poughkeepsie, and he was noted for his patriotism. In the Civil War, he fought at Cedar Creek and took part in all of the engagements in which his regiment fought. The bands, the crowds, the speeches, and the gun salute seem a fitting end to a life well lived.